up, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me out there. Make sure the audio is, like, good. Because that would suck if the audio was no good. Nice. We're rolling. Alright. A little coffee to get us going. She's hot. I got questions from my Facebook and Instagram followers / family / homies. A lot of them are my homies. We're gonna dig through this real quick. Stay tuned. Sorry. Alright, now we're rolling on that. One sec. Alright, what's up, guys? Anthony Shetler here. And today is a live Q&A. I have questions from my Facebook and Instagram people, and we're going to go through these. I got some fresh coffee in the Shetler Show mug. Sick. She's burning. Alright, let's start it off. First question comes from Zachy, which is Z-A-C-C-H-Y-Y, and he says, Anthony, how did you meet Jeff Picard? Guy's a savage. And he also followed that up with, met him in a psych ward, one of the realest skaters people I've ever met. Strange question to start out with, but fuck it, let's go for it. Jeff, I don't really know Jeff. He just hit me up randomly. Somehow he got my number, and he would just hit me up at the worst times, always, like middle of the night, or just like some time that didn't make sense, you know, or he shouldn't be calling me, especially because I didn't know him, you know. But he just kept hitting me up randomly. Sounded like he needed someone to talk to, so I decided, yeah, I'll have him on the show because he said he had something to say. So I figured, why not? Everyone deserves to have a voice. I had the platform. He was a skateboarder, and I didn't really know him, so I figured I'd get to know him. And recorded a podcast. He said a lot of controversial stuff in that podcast. Dissed some people, shit like that. I didn't know that was coming. I had no idea. But yeah, it was a fun episode. It was a little wild ride for sure. So I haven't met him. If you ask me, maybe I met him way back in the day when I was skating out in the Wareham area or something. But so hope I answered your question, Zach. That's off there. Next question is from Randog82, and he asks, what size tires do you ride on your skateboard? I just recently switched from 50. I actually started out riding 50s originally. Then I bumped up to 51, and then I have been riding 52 millimeters for a long time, but I just switched it up to 53 millimeters. And they're a little bit softer because on the East Coast where I live, the streets are like super rugged, so I got a little bit softer just so it could like handle that rubble and the crust of the East Coast, and it feels really good. It's surprising I don't lose any of the... I thought I was going to lose some pop kind of because of softer wheels or something, but my board feels like a street board still, even with a little bit softer. So, but yeah, I'm riding 53s. And I've been trying all different types of wheels. I have some sample wheels here that I'm going to try too. Like, I was thinking about doing some All I Need wheels, and I just wanted to try as many different wheels as possible. Durometers, there's the measurements, some are soft, some are hard, and I don't know, but you gotta try it all out, I figure, until I decide which ones will do for All I Need eventually. Hell yeah, Randy, thank you for that question. Randog's the homie. I've known him for a while. Alright, next question comes from AdamW.18 from Instagram, and he says, can you laser flip with a clip of you doing it? He's just demanding that I do that. I can laser flip, but it's gonna take me a long fucking time to laser flip. Probably not. I could probably do it on a hip fairly fast. On flat, might be a little tricky. And it's gonna be sketchy, but I could get it for sure. I don't really practice it, you know what I mean? It's one of those tricks that, I just never really practice. I know my homies can do them pretty well. Iggy, shout out Iggy. Joe Sway's got a good laser. It looks fun, dudes that do it, you know? But not really my steez. Not at the moment. Maybe I'll film one now. Now you got me sparked. I'm going to go probably to the Edge skate park and film one now. Alright, moving on. We got a lot of questions. This is the sheet. I'll try to get them all and do them justice. So I appreciate that you guys write in the questions. It's so cool, man. Lime.bz says, what makes a good skate crew / community? Solid question. What makes a good skate crew is that if you have people that put skateboarding first, above themselves, you know, like when you go out on when you go out with like a bunch of homies and you guys are street skating or filming or going somewhere, if there's like a bunch of egos and bullshit involved and people are fighting and drama and unnecessary shit, it's just like nothing gets done, you know? But and it's not usually fun. There's politics and bullshit in it. But a good skate crew, like everyone gets along. They don't have to be best friends, but everyone gets along, knows each other. We can all laugh at ourselves. That's a good skill if you can take a joke, because then you can give them, take a joke, you know. Good skate community is when people show up, support the events, support the local skate shops, support the local skate brands, help host and throw those things, support them, you know, like people, it's good skate communities when you have a bunch of people that have dedicated their lives to skateboarding and they found awesome ways to connect with other people doing it and just kind of build up this community, you know, and passing it on, you know, because skateboarding is, it's generational, it's bigger than just one person, so yeah, it gets passed on, you know. So a good skate community realizes that skateboarding is special and that you have to be good to skateboarding, and then you have to pass it on to the next. And hopefully it's just, you know, it helps, skateboarding helps you guys grow as individuals and together. But a good skate community is just a lot of passionate skateboarders together doing epic shit for skateboarding, if I'm being honest. That's what I think it is. It's kind of, that's a loose definition, but from what I can tell and see, like where I'm at, we have a pretty sick skate community. And it's a lot of people. They work full-time jobs, but they still make time to find skating, to go skate, and like to build up personality and build up, make friends, and to develop themselves. They skate just to keep them feeling alive, or even as a stress reliever, like therapy. Like people that just love skateboarding. That makes a good skate community. And then if you guys can join together and do fucking sick shit, then that makes it even funner. And if everyone can get down, then that's cool. If you're not too cool for school, you know, like you're not elitist or whatever, but you're just like, yeah, everyone has access to skateboarding and people are different and, you know, do shit for different reasons. Everybody can live. My homie used to always say, let them live, let them live. Because it's easy to talk shit on each other, you know, but let them live. What up, Brian? Lime Beezy, thank you for that question. That was a solid question. Skate community is super important, you know. You know, if you skate by yourself, it's awesome, but if you always skate by yourself, it's like you really want to skate with someone else so you can, like, kind of stoke each other out and, like, encourage each other and push each other and just, I don't know. Skating by yourself is fun sometimes, but most of the times I'd rather skate with good friends and people I know, and that's, like, what a good skate community is. It's people that you can trust, and they're good people, and they carry their weight, and they skate hard, and they, you know, I don't know. That always stokes me out. Next question. Not John Neagle says, would you rather live here in Massachusetts or California? Good question. I'm the right man to ask, because I grew up on the East Coast skateboarding, got my first board in New Hampshire, then I moved to Massachusetts, and then I would commute all over, just street skating, like every city in in Massachusetts, all of Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, just scouring. I used to ride for Fibro, so I'd go up to New York and New Jersey, even Pennsylvania, and we'd do demos and stuff and just skate all this sick shit on the East Coast. So I grew up doing that, and then I got a chance to go out to California and ride for Birdhouse. So I got to, like, travel with the Birdhouse team, which was pretty sick. Heavy crew at that time. It was Willie Santos, Jeremy Klein, Tony Hawk, Riley, Matt Ball, Sean Eaton, myself, Brandon Westgate, Aaron Susky. That was pretty sick. And then, so I was living in Long Beach, which was really nice in Southern California. And there was a lot of good benefits to being out there, man. The weather's perfect year-round. I kind of miss the weather, but there's so many spots, though, and there's a huge skate community out there because skateboarding's been going on since, You know, like surfing, it turned on to like the sidewalks of California, and people just embraced the shit super early. So but for me, I'd rather live in the East Coast because I moved back. Did 2 years in California at Long Beach, and it was sick. But I just miss the people on the East Coast. I missed like something about it. Probably the weather too. It's crazy to say that, especially when you deal with the fucking winter. It's like rough as hell, but I just, something about seeing the seasons change and shit makes you think different, you know? You know things are finite. Like summer's nice, but you know fall's coming, and the leaves start dying, and then when that happens, you know winter's coming, and everything dies, and it's just gonna dump on you. But then comes spring, and everything starts coming to life, and it's pretty epic. So, but it gives you like a feeling of time, you know? Whereas in California, it felt like the Groundhog's Day all day long. Every day is the same. I don't know if you ever seen Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray. It's a good movie. Check this out real quick. For those watching, people listening won't be able to see, but I bought this little piece of art. It's a spaceship sucking up a whale. It's pretty sick. It's like painted on slate. I was in New Bedford and I walked into like an art gallery and I seen it, and the dude was super cool. I copped it. It's really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather live in Massachusetts. That's why I'm here still. Taunton, Mass right now. There's a lot of heart here. I'll say that much. Alright, Sk8 says, favorite trick, your worst bail you've ever seen, most epic trick you've ever seen, Coke or Pepsi. A lot of questions, but we'll get to them. Favorite trick, maybe a kickflip on flat. Just when you get like a good kickflip on flat, you know what I'm talking about. It's the best feeling. Just a crispy, solid pop, not a soggy one, not a crop duster, but a good kickflip on flat ground. Nothing like it. Going fast too. You gotta go fast. You can go slow at first, but like once you get a good kickflip and you're hauling ass, it's such a good feeling, especially on flat. You ever try kickflipping like after 10 pushes and then just try to do a kickflip? Gets a little sketchy, but if you land it. So I'd say favorite trick, kickflip on flat. My worst bail. So bail means I jumped away from the trick. That's what it means to me. So there was a bail on King of the Road. I was riding for Z York, and let's see, is that frozen? The video's frozen. Technical difficulties. It's alright. I was riding for Z York, and King of the Road. There's a big like 18-stair rail, and that was like on the list. And I was all excited, and I went and charged it, and just came up short and landed on like the last 2 stairs. Blew my heel out. Shit hurt so bad. But yeah, that was scary because I had to go. It was a steep, long rail, so you have to go slow, pop up, get on, and you still have like 12 stairs to go, you know. But I just kind of got up, hopped over it, and just bailed, fully bailed straight to my heel. Thing exploded. Couldn't skate there most of the trip. That was rough. And then, so your worst bail, done. Worst bail you've ever seen. What is the worst bail I've ever seen? There's so many in videos. In person, though? Oh, my friend Corey. My friend Corey was... Alright, it's not a bail, but it's the worst slam I've seen. My friend Corey is skating up to this, it's like a 6 flat 1, and he's flying across this parking lot, and he's trying to get the speed to set up nollie. So he's flying, and the sign we're using over the crack just gave way, and he hit the crack, set up nollie, mind you, popping off the nose of the skateboard, and he goes to nollie, and he just sticks, and he flies over the 6 stairs, over the big gap, the one at the bottom, straight onto his face. So it wasn't really a bail because he was fully committed. But that was like the gnarliest bail because I was filming and I dropped the camera. I honestly thought he died. I was like, oh, he's murked. But he was okay, but he had black eyes. Like he hit his face off the ground so hard he had black eyes. Fucking gnarly. Nollie. It'll get you if you're going fast and you hit a crack nollie setting up. Not a good time. Alright, we'll move along. Worst bail I've ever seen is covered. Most epic trick you've ever seen. Pretty much every time I skate with Brandon Westgate, something fucking gnarly goes down, and I'm really impressed. Corey Goonan. If you go back and watch the All I Need video titled "Thrive, Prosper, Rise," it's on the YouTube channel. Corey Goonan, that part, he does some gnarly stuff. There's one ollie in particular where he's going parking lot to parking lot, but there's like a wooden railing at the top, so you have to ollie over a wooden railing that's like over knee height, over this gap, and then into the parking lot. It's fucking insane. He just looked like he was Tokyo drifting. He'd pop an ollie and like kind of stretch it out sideways to do it. He was like got bloody hands and shit, but he nailed it. That was like one of the gnarliest things. Zared has done some gnarly stuff. Zared Bassett, for sure. He's blown my mind. Some gnarly stuff. And the last question is, well, not your last, but is Coke or Pepsi? And I'm going to say Coke. For no reason. That's just, Coke seems more appealing. I couldn't tell you why. When did you start skateboarding? Okay. I started when I was 12, 13. And it was because I was just lurking around and I met this kid Dale, and he was into skating and he was super cool to me, super nice to me, and right away. I think because I asked him about skateboarding. He was super hyped on skateboarding, so I asked him about that. And then he was just super cool to me, and he started showing me all the skateboard stuff, all the tricks and everything he's doing. And he let me try his board, and it was so fun, and then I was hooked, and we just became best friends because he needed a skate friend, and I was super down for skating, and he even got me my first board. So I was 12, 13, and Dale is why I got into skateboarding. First skate video I saw had to be a 4-on-1, probably. Do you guys remember what 4-on-1 is? Video magazine? I think they have an Instagram now, and they might be re-releasing them, but it was just like a bunch of filmers contributing skate footage from all their skate scenes, and they'd curate it and put it into one episode of 4-on-1 video magazine, and they would come out, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they were all like pretty long too, like half an hour to an hour. And there was different segments, like sometimes it'd be like a Wheels of Fortune where you'd follow like an am around and he'd show you some funny shit and skate and like lurk around. And sometimes it was like a team section where the whole team would be doing a demo, and they would just put the demo edit in. Interviews, bunch of commercials, like skate brands would do commercials in it and stuff. But it had to be one of those. Those were so sick. And yeah, check those out if you don't know what those are. That had to have been it. First skate video you ever saw. And another thing is Modus Operandi was, I don't think it was one of my first, but that's just a skate video that I really like. It's a Transworld video. And so many legends in that one. The music and just the whole feel. And Mark Johnson in that video. Epic. Skateboarders who have had the most influence in your life. There's a lot of them, dude. A lot of epic people that I know. Too many to name, but my friend Jeff, he's not pro or am or anything, but Jeff just shreds. He loves skateboarding. He's had it in his life for a long time, too, as long as I have. He's a good influence. Aaron Susky, Westgate, all the All I Need guys, Billy Drown, Corey Goonan, Kevin Clem, Sam Curran. There's so many people out there. Just dudes that I skate with on the regs, you know? Yeah, they've all had a big influence on me. They keep me sparked. They inspire me. Like, I don't know. And I see them a lot still. Recently, I just went, like, yesterday? No, 2 days ago, I went to the House of Vans in Brooklyn, New York, to meet up with the Fibro crew. My homie Steve R, that is the founder of Fibro, he invited me to go skate the House of Vans with him. It was like a private session. It was all Fibro dudes. It was so sick. Everyone was shredding. Me and my homie Evan just drove up there. 4-hour drive. some car accidents. I'm actually about to put the vlog up. It's gonna go up today. Or no, it's not going up today. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll check though. Next question. I don't know how to pronounce your handle name, but it's OROKUSAKI, Saki. Have you ever fought anyone? Definitely when I was younger, like some stupid shit, like middle school, just mad, punching each other basically, just to put on a spectacle. That for sure. But then that ended, and yeah, I got into a fight more out of like self-defense because I don't really want to fight anyone. When middle school I did because I was angry and stuff, and you're just in middle school. But then once I got to high school, it was like 4,000 people in the high school to inner city, like way sketchier than where I went to middle school. And I was just like, people get hurt. This is so dumb. What are we doing? Like, not worth fighting over. Stupid shit happens, you know? But then just defending myself. Like, you ever been out in a street session, like skating, and someone just gets crazy? A security guard's a little too pissed off, grabs you, pushes you. They think they can enforce the law instead of, like, calling the cops or a pedestrian. Like, I had a dude do that to me at a train station. He just kind of, like, grabbed my skateboard, threw it over a fence, pushed me, like, just kind of, but I didn't really fight him. I fought him with words, and I kind of, like, pushed him, you know? Or he pushed me. I didn't push him, amazingly. But yeah, don't really fight. Fight stories are pretty funny though, sometimes. If no one gets messed up, right? Little coffee. Look behind me. Skateboards. Alright, let's see. Next question comes from Mcunha. MCUNHA. If skateboarding was no longer an option and no longer paying the bills, what would be your next move? So I would just work a job. I work a job now. Like, I work at the screen printing embroidery spot down the road. Nowadays, I'm just driving a truck around, really, like, visiting distribution and stuff, but dropping and picking up stuff, but I would just keep working. I always, like, I like to work, you know, and it's like, I want everything to grow, so I don't really, like, live off of what we make from skateboarding. I just invested back into the skate community, into the skateboarders, into making skate videos, into putting more art on skateboards, artists, yeah, just take the money I make and put it back into all I need, which is all those people and all those things, you know? So, and I still work a job. But I just have less hours, you know? I kind of balance it out. But if things hit the fan, which it could, you know? If, like, stuff don't sell or, you know, God knows, you know? If we went to war or some stupid shit, like we went through the recession, you know? I was getting paid to just skateboard, and then we hit the recession. And then the skateboard money dried up because the brands were like just trying to survive, and then I started my own brand, All I Need Skateboards, and then I just got a job. I had savings enough to buy some boards or t-shirts for the first run. We were able to hustle and sell those t-shirts at skate shops and small events at our tables and stuff, and it was able to get us to the point where we could sell skateboards, and we started doing skateboards. And then, but I had a job the whole time, you know, just working a whole bunch, hustling, stacking the dough to pay bills and, you know, whatever I could save, put into All I Need. And we got to the point where we could keep that going and then just growing from there. So, and then I've just taken off some hours so I could work on All I Need more, you know what I mean? Like, focus on it, you know? Because everything costs, you know? It's your time, really. So, you just got to find a way to monetize your time, you know? So... But yeah, I don't know. Just keep working on it. I would get a job so I could keep working on All I Need. For sure. Figure out a way. Most important stuff for me. Alright, so if skateboarding no longer pay the bills, what could you wholeheartedly, realistically see yourself doing? I mean, I'll do anything. Like, if the worst situation, like if there was a recession again and like no money and everyone had to just whatever, I'll just do work. Work's work to me. It's just like, do what you have to do. And the cool thing about work is you can work past it. If you work hard enough, smart, and keep hustling and like make good relationships and earn your keep and people trust you, you can make friends and do sick shit, you know? I like the screen printing and embroidery stuff because it helps me get in with the apparel and get to learn all about apparel, and that's super fun to know about and be a part of and see all the stuff going on in that industry is pretty wild. So, and it ties in with skating because of All I Need. We do the apparel, and World Industries, we do the apparel, and skateboards, fashion, it all goes together like pretty nicely, I think. So, but yeah, but I could see myself scrubbing toilets if I had to, you know? I don't want to. But like, you can't be above any work, really. Like, when shit hits the fan, just take the work, you know? It's an opportunity to grow, I think. I'm trying to figure that one out. Oh, drop my pen. Bear with me. I'm back. Alright, next question. Ultra Fried 408. Have you ever went back to the guy you flipped out on years ago to clear things up, or fuck that guy? Laugh my ass off. He writes. He's talking about the train station that I was just telling you about, where the guy like kind of assaulted me just because he wanted to police the neighborhood, and he just kind of like, he walked by me. I was about to film a line. I was in the middle of the intersection, which is stupid and probably illegal, but I needed the speed to get to the fucking trick, and I really wanted to film this for my World Industries part. So I was just like trying to film that video part, and the guy walks by me and he goes, "You know you can't do that, right?" And I said, "Yep." That's all I said, because I know people like to say whatever, you know? They have opinions about skateboarding where you're not supposed to or whatever. And but I never want to get into an argument or an altercation, because the objective is to get the clip, have fun, stack the clip, and like get out of the way. I don't want to annoy people either. I try to have the best etiquette I can so you're not seen as a nuisance, you know, even though they're probably gonna anyways. Nowadays maybe not so much, you know. But this guy walked by me, and I said, "Yep, I heard you," whatever. I just said, "Yep," that's all I said. And then he went, sat down, pretending like he was on his phone, and then as soon as I went, threw my board down, he ran up and like chest bumped me and like grabbed my board, threw it over. And I'm surprised I didn't hit him, but I just kind of verbally assaulted him with my mouth. I just kept talking at him, basically, kind of like putting him in his place, I guess. I was a bully, sort of. But just, you gotta think, I was skateboarding focused, I was not rude to the guy. I said one word to him, and then he felt the need to chest bump me, grab me, and like throw my skateboard. It's like if I walked up to him and grabbed his fucking cell phone and just kicked it across the road, you know? Just because I said, there could have been a sign saying no cell phones here or something, you know? Like, I could have done it. That was his justification. I just said, go call the cops. Like, you're not the cops. You don't police people on the street. You don't touch people. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what do you want to fight? Like, why are you touching people? You never know who's out there, too. Like, I'm not a sketchy, crazy dude, like, so I didn't even hit him. But, like, I know some people that might just knock them out, you know? Like, you don't lay hands on someone. If you don't think they should be doing it, call the cops for sure. Let them come and, you know, if it's not, like, a violent thing, you know? Like, if it's someone's just skateboarding, it wasn't like I was committing a crime where you're hurting someone or anything. That you might have to step into, but kids skateboarding, like, just leave them alone. If you're really annoyed, go call the cops. The cops will come and handle it. Don't try to it's like some people just are having a bad day, and they just want to let you know, and they're just ready for a fight. And it was that type of thing. And I was having a stressful time, so I just kind of verbally abused him. But I never went back. Because, I don't know. If I saw him, I'd say sorry and hi, you know? Like, I'm sure he's not a bad dude. Just, we both had a bad day and got caught on camera. Ding, 4 million views, over 4 million. That was one of them. Crazy. That one's off. Next one, Ron Diggs asks, can we talk etiquette? If you're hitting a ledge and say you nollie flip or kick a nose grind and hit the last 3 inches of the ledge, can we call that a bonk? It seems like a lot of super tech tricks aren't actually grinding. Reference Ave in photosynthesis, epic video. Ave shreds. For a simple and great example of a real grind. True. Ave has some of the best controlled long grinds that have gone down on tape. These are facts. So is there a difference between bonk versus grind? I mean, you answered your own question for sure. There's a huge difference between actually grinding a trick and just bonking it. If one's better than the other, I couldn't tell you. Sometimes I see like some dude do some crazy bonk 180 or something, and just that day, that moment, I'm like, God damn, you know? So sick. But then again, to hold a backside nose grind forever is like epic, or a back tail, like a long slide, long grind. I'd prefer a longer grind than just a bonk. Honestly, like if I was gonna, I like bonks on certain days. I think you're talking about as far as people just like barely, like that's their whole video part is just little bonks and not actually grinding. I feel like you should grind it a little bit. Don't cheap out just because it's easier. Maybe just hold it long too. There's something about holding a grind that is like really fucking good. It feels really good. Ron Diggs, you get it. They'll get it too someday, you know? Maybe they can't. Maybe they just got the bonk game on tight. Who knows? Some people skate mini, some people can skate street, some can do both. I don't know. But dude, backside 5-0s, held forever. Such a good feeling. Any grind, seriously, you hold forever. There's something really rad about it. Feels really good. Next question. Need more coffee though. I just got some Pete's coffee. It's pretty good. I'm working on getting a podcast. I reached out to Steve Caballero and Jason Jesse. I'm hoping both those guys, I can get them on the show. I'm just trying to narrow out the time. I think that'll be so sick. That's a little something coming, hopefully, in the future. All right, John Algerian says, if that's how you say it, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, man, love it. Question, real talk. How much money do pro skateboarders make ballpark? Like, what are the contracts like and whatnot? Walk us through some of the business behind it. We never hear that stuff, and your podcast is the most honest, straight-shooting skate podcast out there. Thanks, man. Okay, well, I can only speak for myself, really. Well, nah, fuck it, let's go. I'll tell you what I made in skateboarding. When I was an amateur, I was riding for Birdhouse, which was like, you know, pretty lucky because Tony Hawk, you know, he has like sponsorships, endorsements, even outside skateboard money, just because he's like an icon and like he is able to put a lot into skateboarding. You know, like he's able to support skateboarding. So we would do these epic trips. They'd pay for our apartment. We had a van, gas card, and I was just an AM. So. And I think I was getting a check. They hooked me up with Split, so I was making like $1,500 a month from Split, or maybe it was more at that time. I don't remember. Maybe $2,000, something like that. And then, but that was good money. I'm not gonna front, man. $2,000 a month is nice, right? Like you can pay your bills, you can save a little, you can like live. You know, like, you know, you gotta be frugal at times, but that's no joke. Just to skateboard, that's really rad. And Split was like a skate surf company, so it wasn't just skateboarding. So it had like, people liked it in both genres, I guess. So it had like a little extra money, I assume. That was fun times because I rode on Split with Billy Marks, Pat Rakestraw, Johnny Layton, Terrell Robinson. All those dudes were so sick. They were probably getting paid more than me. Who knows? It's just like kind of what you negotiate, really, you know? If they want you to ride for them, you can kind of say, you know, or they'll just be like, I've had people be like, yeah, this is what we can do for you. Like, you in, okay, make it work. And the contracts, it was just like, as an amateur, it's just the contract, you sign it, but really it doesn't mean that much, you know? Like, you sign it. What means more is your relationship with the people that you're working with, you know? Like, an amateur content, because you're not really getting paid that much. At least I wasn't then, you know? Yeah, I don't know. So that's what that was. And then riding for World, I made a little more money, but I had like boards out and shoes, and we get royalties from the stuff that was sell, so that was epic. And I got a bump in like pay. I think it was like I was probably getting like $4,000 or something like that a month, and just skating, saving the money. But it's crazy because like the contracts thing, it doesn't. I said it doesn't mean much, but it doesn't mean much because they can cancel them after 6 months. At least in mine, it was like, if you're injured for 6 months or longer and you haven't put anything out, they have the right to like pull out of the contract, basically, you know? That's what mine said. And it's like, okay, well, 6 months is a long time to be injured, I guess, but tough. That happens. When I had vertigo, I had to worry about that because I was out for like 6 months. But my friends were there, you know what I mean? So they weren't like looking over this contract. They're just like, they saw what I was going through. Charlie, Thomas, RP Best, shout out. Those guys were the best. And they knew like I worked hard and contributed a lot. So they weren't like looking at a contract. Like, so, but yeah. But I know people like Chaz Ortiz probably made a shit ton of money. There's people that like, for whatever reason, a brand will pay him so much money, you know? And whether they're like, you know, in the magazines all the time, videos, whatnot. Like, people get legit sponsors and then they pay them a ton of money. But the problem with that is, like, you gotta know what to do with that money. You gotta pay taxes on it, too. A lot of pro skateboarders fell for the tax things. They didn't pay their taxes. They got all this money, which feels like free money. And, but you gotta save for taxes because you're an independent contractor. So they pay you, but they don't take your taxes out. So that's kind of what that is. I mean, really, my sponsorships were people I knew and were friends with and I trusted, and like sometimes, you know, and we all worked for like big companies that were corporate at times. Like I wrote for Zoo York, it was owned by like Mark Echo Iconics or whatever, and the paychecks coming from Echo, and you know, sometimes shit just doesn't work out or you end up leaving a team. Like for the Zoo York thing, I just went to what did I do? World Industries. They offered me to skate for them, and they wanted to turn me pro, which was pretty sick. So, but like everywhere I've been, every team I rode for was all my friends, and sometimes the checks were coming from someone from like a corporate office, and sometimes money shrinks up, and you all have to like do something else or go to another place or stuff like that. It's like as long as you're with your friends, you guys have open conversation about it, make it happen, is good. But a recession hit, and then that kind of hurt, like all the sponsorship stuff. Trippy Stoner, what's your favorite spot you've ever skated in Massachusetts and outside of Mass? In Massachusetts, I'd say Boston. Like, I mean, there's so many spots around here, but like if you go scour outside Boston and Providence, that's Rhode Island though, but Massachusetts, scour outside and around it, there's so many spots. There's so many cities, too. You can go to New Bedford, Fall River, everywhere, Brockton. There's so many spots, man, everywhere. It's so sick. Outside would be probably overseas. Like Spain was beautiful. Portugal was amazing. China's insane. It's sick to see all their skate culture and all the people out there and how they do it. And then to see the different architecture and skate spots and how it's built. And it's like so exciting when you go somewhere else, too. But yeah, no particular ones. It's just cities, man. I like skating around whole cities. Just Federico Buccieri says, if an alien from space came down whilst you were skateboarding, what would be the first trick you would show to him or her, and why? Okay, so if they were coming down like this one, and they showed up and I had my board, it would be a tray flip for sure. Are you kidding me? Now that's if I would want to give him like maybe an ollie. Let's be honest, an ollie, because the ollie's endless. If you can show someone how to ollie, they're gonna have so much fun on a skateboard, you know? Once you learn how to balance and carve and then you get the ollie, it's just like there's so much to do after the ollie. There's so many tricks that open up because you learn how to pop it and you build up the muscle. So like if I pass that on to a new culture and they gotta have a bunch of fun sessions with their alien friends, then I wouldn't be mad, dude. They would be fucking, they'd probably get some clips, make that new video with the homies. Yeah, ollie. I'm going with ollie. Let's see. Wolf God, is there a true way to edit and film skateboarding? I'm a filmer trying to find my way with the skateboarding crew, and in our video that we'll be releasing soon, my filming evolves and editing too, but is there a certain way to do things, or is it whatever you're feeling? I'm sure there's like certain ways to film and edit. There's certain things, but for me, it's always just been whatever, whenever. And I've slowly improved my filming and editing, because like I just like, you know, when I first started filming, I was super excited and I wanted to finish it and get it all together, and I would miss like little things I could do to kind of make the clips flow better, or to like get the timing right, or to like placement of the clips and with the song, and like because you might be overexcited just to get it out there and show people, and like and then like you know you get better over time filming too. You find like different ways to film, pan in, like you know how to pay attention to different things. But you should definitely just be in tune with your surroundings and what you're doing and who you're filming, and capture it however you feel, really however you feel represents like whatever's going on, you know. um, Organics, I think it's organic to film like that, to just kind of get, it's like in the trenches, you're down in there and you're just like lost in it, and you start looking around, you're like, this shit's popping off, and then you start trying to figure out how to film something and capture it, and you know, like you see the stuff in the background and the audio, and like there's a lot to it. It's so fun to film. And then the editing process for me is like just kind of sit down, lay stuff in a timeline, put it in order so it makes sense in a sequence. And that's not easy. Like people like to think that might be an easy thing, but you gotta sit down and you gotta shuffle things around sometimes, and you gotta kind of like you gotta watch it a few times, you know, and just really dig into it, and then place it in. You gotta create. You're creating something. So, and then you find the song. Usually, I raw kind of clean up the footage, the clips, get them sort of in, like loosely based how I'd like them, and then I either have a song already, or I'll search for a song that I'm just like feels like captured the mood of the session or the skater, or just has some sort of appeal for that moment. And then I put that in, and I start moving the clips around and finding like where it goes with that, and figuring out audio stuff. And it's like, but it's such an enjoyable process when you get done and you're stoked on it. And one thing about filming and editing is like you can always take your time with it. You can like sometimes I'll edit something for a few days. I'll just keep coming back to it, because like sometimes when you get into the work and you just want it done, but it's like you gotta remember that it doesn't have to be done right away. You can take a few days and like really go back, look at it again, see, move it around, like those little things. That's what makes the edits a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because you can come back at a different frame of mind and take a peek at it too, and it just adds levels and layers to the filming and the editing too. You know. But yeah, good song, good editing. I don't think there's any particular way, dude. That's how I've managed to do it, but people do it differently. You know, my homies do it differently, and whatever works for them, I'm sure. You know, and there's definitely stuff that they'll teach you in like film school that could help you. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it, but or always do it. But good question. Thank you, Wolf God. I love filming and editing. Our YouTube channel is just full of skate edits, man. It's like burn my eyes out watching and listening to these things, but it's so good. Skate Factotum says, "What's the best worst thing about skateboarding right now?" I saw this question earlier on Instagram, and I was trying to think about an answer for this. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, there's nothing really bad about skateboarding to me. But I'm trying to see if I'm just being, like, biased. Because I really like skateboarding a lot, that I don't want to see, like, something bad in it, you know? But, and trends is weird, too. Because, like, there's trends that go up and down or whatever, you know? And that annoys me. But I wouldn't say it's bad. It just annoys the shit out of me when everyone's doing the same trick, the same clip, and it's just oversaturation everywhere, and people are just cloning each other's style and clothes, and half the reason they're doing it is because they think it's like successful, or like they're emulating what they like, and everyone likes the same thing, and like I don't know. It's weird when it's too cloney, you know? Like, I don't want to say that's the worst thing in skateboarding, but yeah, that gets weird, you know? But as long as people are super hyped, like, you know? Imagine if you're super hyped on something and everyone just got into it and just super into it. Sometimes you guys switch it up, I guess. Skateboarding is random. It's like, it's crazy. Best thing is that people are skateboarding a lot, you know? And, like, there's a lot of events going on, at least in New England. I'll tell you that. Right where I'm at, there's so many skate events every weekend this summer so far. And just popping off. We got events coming out. We got a fall brawl coming in September. That's going to be gnarly. We got our New England Am in November. That's going to be intense. And we're switching that up to runs. So it's going to be single runs instead of jam format. But first fall brawl. And then, you know, we got Go Skateboarding Day event at Framingham coming up. There's tons of skateboarding events. So that's like, I love the events because I get to film the sessions and edit, and I get to skate in them. And like, usually everyone hangs out for the day. There's some food, music, some humor, some gnarly tricks and stuff. So that's one of the best things, is just meeting up with everyone and getting to skate. And everyone's there because it's the day off, basically. And you all get a skateboard instead of work, you know? It's like, good day. So the worst thing, I feel like I should just say the worst thing in skateboarding, just make one up. The worst thing is when it's not even in skateboarding, it's just in, oh shit, sorry, just in life, when you meet someone and they're a dick, or they're just like super absorbed about themselves and egotistical, and they think they're better than people, or you know, or if someone's having a bad day, it's like sometimes it's just bad, you know, not everyone's always like that. But the worst thing is assholes. But sometimes you're an asshole yourself, so you live, learn, figure it out, bro. Alright, Tristan M4L says, do you think downhill skateboarding as a whole has a future in mainstream skateboarding? Mainstream skateboarding? Fuck yeah. I think that's where that is. I think that is mainstream skateboarding. People bombing hills, and like, it's gonna probably be in the Olympics. I'm surprised it's not in the Olympics already, right? So maybe it isn't mainstream because street skating's going in. I don't know, but it seems like downhill skateboarding would fit in with the Olympics more than street skating, but I don't fucking know. Yeah, why not? People love skateboarding. I bet there's a huge population of people that do downhill skateboarding. It looks fun, I'm not gonna lie. I'll get a leather jacket on, some leather gloves, catch me sliding down those hills on my back on the leather, sparks coming up and shit. I'm gonna film that for a vlog. When we go to Robstock, we're going to Robstock, I think, in August. I'm gonna bring a leather jacket or something and just fucking fireworks bombing a hill, just like sliding downhill. Like, because when you have the leather on, you could just lay back. If you start power sliding, you lay back on the leather, it's not gonna tear you up. So maybe I'll get some sparklers and charge that in slow-mo, have Kevin following me. I don't know. My homie Mike Gerard does a downhill Central Mass skate festival. It's coming up too, actually. They have an Instagram and Facebook. You should check it out. If you like downhill, it's insane. They bring out the hay bales, and it's in a sick-ass town, and the videos are always wild. It looks like people are having so much fun. It's insane. And they do like a little mini ramp street section too that I skate with the homies as well. But this year, hopefully, I'll make it to the second day and be able to go check out the downhill stuff. Do I think that downhill skate is mainstream? I think if they want it to be, go ahead. If someone wants to do it, go ahead. Go right ahead. I don't even know what mainstream is. Is it being on a Wheaties box? I wonder. But if you love skateboarding, any version of that, and you want to like build up community and share it and like make it popular to the point where everyone wants to be a part of it, that's fine with me. Like, go ahead. Stay Goon says, is there ever a time in which it is necessary to go full jabroni, or should one never go full jabroni? That's a solid question, Goonan. Goonan knows this because we say jabroni all the time. I don't know who sparked the jabroni term, but jabroni's kind of like, I don't know what it really means, but what I've always understood it meant is like, don't do something too stupid where you're kind of meatheadish, like, like, ooh, I'm just a jabroni, you know? So, and sometimes you go full jabron. You don't want to go full jabron. You never go full jabron if you can help it. You know, like half a jabron maybe. But full jabron, like, you want to avoid that at all costs. But no one's above it. People have hit full jabroni, especially on skate trips, you know? The dude you'd never expect to jabron, fully jabron. Good, solid question. Will Gabriel, which do you like doing more, nollie or fakie tricks? Solid question. Tough question, but solid question. I'm gonna need coffee for this one. Nollie. That's so fucked. I don't even like choosing. That's how, like, in my head I'm like, I No, but I'd probably do more nollie tricks, if I'm honest. I used to like nollie way more. Nollie flips and nollie heels and like difficulties. There we go. We're back again. I'm probably just not on the Wi-Fi. Bear with me for 1 second. So, yeah. But I'm still sticking with nollie because there's like nollie gets you closer to switch, and certain tricks I just favor. Like I love a switch tray, nollie tray. Oh, I love those. Fakie tray feels good too though, and regular one. See, can't even pick. Fuck me. Duck Fat Skateboard says, if you could bring back any skate shoe, which would it be? Solid question. Costin one. That's it. Costin one. I used to skate them all the time. I used to get flowed from S. I was super hyped on S because of Minik Madi, obviously. Like, that video was insane. PJ Lab was from this area, and he was rocking S, and he put out, like, one of the gnarliest parts that was just, like, you know, timely. And, Tom Penny. I mean, just run through the people. Ardo was on there, like, Minik Madi, Rick McCrank. It's so many dudes. But, that Costin one, I skated so many pairs and colorways. Super sick. My favorite colorway would be the black with the gray gum, which was sick. Or, ooh, the brown gum ones were sick. They had, like, a baby blue one that was really sick. Yeah, Costin ones. So good. John Algerian said... Oh, he's talking to Randog, not me. Next question. What up, Dev? My homie Dev says... Anthony, if skating was illegal, would you still skate? Well, Dev, I'm pretty sure, like, skateboarding is illegal, like, in some spots, like, in the cities and stuff, because, like, some cities won't let you skateboard, you know? I still do. Like, they're gonna have to catch me and give me the warning, you know, and then I'll leave, but, yeah, so I would. If they made it illegal, like, you couldn't skateboard at all, that's insane. I wouldn't want to even live in that world. The fuck out of here. That would be a bummer. That'd be like a dystopian future where skateboarding's not allowed, you know? That would be crazy. They do that, though. Like, that might be a drawback of the Olympics. You never know. Like, because you see, like, basketball players or whatever. Like, I don't know. It seems like the more they normalize it, the less they want you to do it in the streets, you know, or something. But I feel like that side of skateboarding will never die because skateboarders are just natural, like, inquisitive, like they like to lurk through crust and find nooks and crannies, spots and creative stuff. And it's not like it's a court, or, you know, like, not like, you know, like certain sports where you have like basketball, you have this pretty much always the same basketball court, or like tennis, they put you like in a box and it's organized and there's all these rules and shit, like a normal sport, you know. But like skateboarding is like kind of free outside that, and that's why we like to lurk around cities and find aesthetically pleasing stuff to skate and like film video parts with music. It's like self-expression too. It's not just the sport, you know. You could box it up. They do that for like purposes of building a business and making money and putting on a show, and like people invest in it and all this, and it becomes a thing. But like, it's cool. I don't mind it, like a street league or something, or even the Olympics, you know. But like, skateboarding is more multifaceted than that. It's more complex. It's more depth than just a normal sport. So yeah, I would still skateboard if it was illegal. I already have, and I'll continue to, because skateboarding's free. You know, you just can't box us up, fool. But good question, Dev. That was solid, man. And I was hyped that we filmed that clip at the edge the other day, that boneless into that bank. That was sick. It was kind of like a street spot there because they took the masonite off from the pyramid. It was just like this rugged wood underneath, and it just hit all hard and stuff. Dev, you killed it, homie. That's in one of the vlogs, the one that just went up. All right. Bigaroo says, Anthony, what is the best skate spot you have ever skated? Someone else already asked that, so I'd say just lurk around Massachusetts, man. All these cities are full of stuff. It's ridiculous. And not even just Massachusetts, but really wherever you're at. Like, if you're in the middle of like nowhere, find a city, man. Go to the closest place where people are, and like people are building, doing construction, and like things are changing. The thing about the East Coast is like the weather hits and everything, nothing lasts forever, so they have to rebuild and they change stuff all the time, or they add new stuff. So like our landscape, our skate landscape is always evolving. That just made me think of Nate Sherwood. What up, homie? Because he always says skate stuff like he slips the word skate in with every word just because he's awesome. What up, Nate? But yeah, our skate landscape is like uh, pretty sick on the East Coast. So pretty much any city around here has so many spots. You can learn on them. You can find spots from like 3 stairs to like sometimes there's cracks. You gotta bond them. You gotta get wood, sign, whatever you gotta do to make a spot. But sometimes those are the best spots. You know what I mean? So that one's answered again. Lunch with God says, "What's one of your favorite Westgate memories or sick story? Keep killing it, man. Love the podcast." Lunch with God, good looks, man. Appreciate that. The positive feedback means a lot, man. It's sick. I love doing this. I like going back and forth with you guys and having this like little community where we can talk about stuff. It's so epic. And the questions help a lot, you know. Can't do this shit by myself, you know. Need some friends. So Lunch with God. Shout out. Good looks. Favorite Westgate story. I'm a lucky individual because I've been friends with Brandon for a long time. So I have a lot of Brandon Westgate stories. But again, dude, every time I skate with him, he's just super funny. He always does something on his board that blows your mind, you know? But like a good memory with Westgate is like picking cranberries at his house. He's got cranberry bogs, and like he invited me out and he paid me for the day, just some cash, like day labor, just to come help him. I would have done it for free, but still, he hooked the homies up, like come pick cranberries. We help him out because he needs some people working with him, and it's just like a good day, you know what I mean? And we hang out, have a few beers, sometimes podcast after that, talk shit. He's got like the funniest sense of humor for sure. When he was younger, he doesn't really drink that much nowadays. When he was younger, we definitely got pretty fucked up together, and just like we're traveling around the world just being goofballs. This one time we were in I want to say China, and we were really messed up, like really drunk because we were overseas, and you could get into the bars like I think like the age restrictions like very loose in certain parts, and we got drunk, and then we were walking back to the hotel, and there was a bunch of people and a piano, and I just like got on the piano. I don't know how to play piano, and Brandon's just dying, which is like encouraging me more just to fucking sing and like play the piano. And it's because we were in another country too, and we were so faded, and it was another country and no one could understand us. So I was like, I'm just gonna let it rip, like, because normally that's a terrifying concept, is to get on stage where everybody can understand you and see you and you're just like blowing it. But since I was in China and no one knew what I was doing or saying, it just looked ridiculous. But like it was probably so alien to them. I just fucking jammed on that piano for a few seconds. And Brandon was like on the ground rolling. Yeah, that's a good one. He's seriously the closest. He's like the closest person to me, like a brother, besides my brother. So like them two, you know, like he might as well be my brother. Brandon's the man. All right, Splat Reeves 9 asks, what future do you see in All I Need in the next few years? So he's asking, what do I see with All I Need happening? I can tell you that because I'm dreaming, and we all can dream, and you gotta be able to see it first. That way you can work towards it. You gotta have like a aim, you know. You gotta aim at stuff, and you gotta pay attention and focus on those things and nurture them. And so that's what we try to do with All I Need. So I'll tell you what I can shadow forecast for you real quick. We're technically right now working on our 3rd full-length video. It's already started. I've got some clips. I just filmed another line I was stoked on. Sammy Sk8, shout out, filmed it and killed it. Filmed with Dan McGrath recently too. So we're gonna have our 3rd full-length skate video titled Good Eye. So All I Need, Good Eye. And that's gonna be heavy. We're gonna have full parts from everybody. It's gonna be our gnarliest video to date because we're all on the same page and everyone's skating super hard. And I don't know, I'm excited. We've done 2 videos already, and just to add to the legacy and to like with all these homies, and the brand's only grown, and I've met more people, and so we're gonna have that coming out when the weather starts to get rough. But so like I said, we have the Fall Brawl coming up in September, and that's gonna be insane because it's at the Edge Indoor Skate Park. It's the largest skate park in New England, 30,000 square foot skate park that everyone comes to in the winter. Like, we'll have epic judges, we'll have it's going to be heavy. We're going to have 14 and under division. So if you're 14 and under, that's you. 15 and over means 15 and up, as old as you want. And then we'll have ladies jam, and that'll be sick because we did that last year. So that will be our fall brawl. That's coming up in September. I'll post a flyer soon. That's gonna be insane because every year tons of people come out. It's full of energy. We get the fucking music cranking, the PA. We got Ramsey out there on the PA. I'm on the PA announcing all this stuff. It's madness. We see some of the craziest skateboarding go down. And the park's got everything. So like no matter what type of whatever you skate, whatever you favor, we got it. And that's gonna be jam format. So I see that coming up. We have Made on Honor Market with Narragansett Beer coming up. That's a 2-day thing where we go to their brewery and we hang out and we set up a table and sell some all I need stuff, make friends, drink some beers. That's pretty epic. Hopefully more art, more skateboards, hopefully more apparel. We are designing some stuff into the future, you know, like looking forward. We just put out some new stuff with we got new hats out right now. And but yeah, so I imagine good things, man. We just work at a pace that we can handle more vlogs as well. So like I love filming these vlogs, so that means we got to do skate trips, you know, like more trips, more travel, more humor, more jokes, more time on our boards, and just healthy, happy, hopefully, you know, like, and no tragedy. We'd like, it'd be amazing if we could escape some of that, you know. So but I see things being awesome, man. You got to picture the future for sure. You got to plan things in the future and work towards them. So we have a lot of cool stuff in the works, you know. I can't wait for the next street session, man. Honestly, I'm just sore. I need to not be so sore. That's all. As soon as I'm not sore, we're back on it. Solid question, though. I see it growing, man. I see all I need growing. Growing and involving more people. And as a brand, I hope that it grows to be able to employ more skateboarders that can work in retail or warehouse work or artwork or team manager stuff, filming, photography, definitely artwork, and you know, amateurs and pros. I would love if we could grow it to the point where we could like pay people to work on all I need full time, you know, like focus on skateboarding and help grow our YouTube channel. That'd be amazing, dude, if we could like figure out a way to like keep our channel growing and add into it and like have people that we can pay to film and do that stuff. So like we're just hustling and trying to figure it out. Everything we make comes from our heart. All the apparel, all the art, everything's discussed with everybody, and we just kind of like we just hope it keeps selling and growing, you know. And it's been doing awesome. So and just try to be at a modest pace that we can handle so we don't fumble it, you know. You gotta focus on all I need. You gotta focus on what you need and like take your time and grow it. So but we have plans. I see visions. I dream about it every night. I've done it with other companies, you know. Now I just want to do it with some like with my own company with my friends, you know. Like before I did it with these big companies, and luckily my friends were there, you know, but we didn't own it, you know. It was just sometimes it was a big company like Z York or even World Industries at that time was owned by a corporation, you know. So like we had to fight sometimes to get what we wanted done, you know. But like with all I need, we can do whatever we want because it's just us. It's just skateboarders. It's just everybody that's involved with the brand or that hangs out that I know. Like people give me advice and help me, like all you guys do too. You help it grow too, like by sharing and connecting and doing these questions, and like you help it all form and keep it going, you know. So like all you guys are much a part of all I need is, you know, is anyone. It's crazy. So I just hope we keep growing and opportunity keeps happening. Thanks for that question, for real. Charlie Mosca, what is your favorite skateboard memory? Pretty much every weekend we have a new one, man. It's insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, some weekends you have a bad weekend or whatever, you're sore, you get hurt, like whatever. Still, like, not a bad memory. Out skating, hanging out with people. Last weekend was amazing. Got a clip that I didn't know if I could do. Watched the Young Bucks destroy it. Everybody on All I Need in World destroy it. We filmed a sick vlog. I gotta actually edit it. Just need to get a little more time, or I gotta be a little more patient because I'm still working on the other one. But yeah, every weekend, man. Memory wise, like skateboarding, my hard drive is like full. My memory hard drive, like my camera and my brain, you know. Favorite memory though, maybe turning pro. Turning pro is like a big deal. Just my friends helped that happen, you know. Shout out to everybody at World Industries, RP Best, Charlie Thomas, Andrew Cannon, like too many people to mention, man. Derek Fukuhara, Timmy Knuth, Mike Franklin, like um, they just helped me get my board. And I've been working for it for so long, and I know it's cliche and corny to say, but like it means everything to me. Cause like I don't know, we had something awesome, dreamt that shit up, worked towards it, got the pro board. My friends gave it to me, surprised me, shared it, like so sick, dude. Gave me a tour. We did like a board release tour that was way sick. Definitely one of my fondest memories. But honestly, like if you go to the All I Need vlog, it's youtube.com/All I Need Skate. And dude, if I go back, cause I've been filming these, it's nonstop vlog wise. I'll go back like 2 weekends ago and I just rewatch and like I'm in a memory again. It's fucked up. It's so cool. It brings me right back. The sounds, the visuals, the feelings, everything comes fluttering back. I've been doing the vlog for years now, like deep. I've been doing it early. Just like this podcast, I was like an early adopter and just kind of, I was hyped on this shit, you know? Like just the idea of connecting with each other and creating stuff and sharing is just so cool to me. And, but if you go back to the YouTube channel and search through there, man, for sure you can watch me make an ass out of myself. For sure you can watch, me grow and those around me and the styles of people and the tricks and like all our trips we've done. Like you can go back and it's not all skating, it's antics and fun and like lifestyle and like I have so many memories like in my head, but then I also have them on hard drives and on the digital web, you know. They're digitized now. A lifetime, even more than a lifetime. We were filming stuff on VHS mini DVs. There's that stuff too, you know. We like skateboarders adopted this technology stuff early for sure. It's crazy. I think because it's complex and like to skateboard, like you have to kind of like you don't have to be orderly, but you have to be able to balance a lot of things at once and handle a lot of variables at once and put them together like poetry in motion to do the shit, like to just, so it's like, it's kind of like with the internet, it's like so much stuff, you just have to be like spastic a little bit and maintain it. Coop Pack 299 says, where's the best spot to park near Lynch? Family skate park. That's a good question. Last time I went there was no parking, so I don't know what they're doing, construction work, because there used to be a parking lot, so it's a good question. I gotta find that one out too. Without getting a ticket, that is. He says, I use First Street Garage. Good luck. I'm gonna have to use First Street Garage now. Big Coat GBP says, what are the best and worst skate parks in Mass, especially being that there were so many made in the late 90s and early 2000s of the half cement, half tar? Yeah, man, if you look through Massachusetts, if you go through Massachusetts and go to all these prefab parks, they're just like all the same ramps. They're like, they took molds basically. Someone who didn't skateboard basically like looked at a skate ramp and was like, oh yeah, it's just this. And he made generic molds of like a pyramid that's too steep, quarter pipe that's, and then they put it on ground that in the East Coast grounds, the ground moves because of weather, you know, because it gets hot and cold. We have winters and shit and plows and stuff. So all these prefab ramps that are all the same just plopped on like tar, and then they just shift and there's cracks and you have to bond them and the ground gets so rough, and it's a skate park. So there's a lot of those around, but skateboarders are epic and they have that DIY spirit and they go around and like buy concrete, do fundraisers, and they fucking pave on top of those things and make them smooth and add some fun shit or like, so you know, we kind of saved the day on that one. They turn into kind of DIY spots instead of just like shitty skate parks, you know, which is epic. Just recycle, reuse, you know. My favorite park's the Edge, just because of all the events, all the people, the skateboard lessons. It's indoors, and we need that on the East Coast in the winter. And then there's just tons of street spots everywhere. All right, we got 3 more, and then I gotta go. But I'm gonna get a little more coffee right here. I'm still here, don't worry. All right, Michael McKenzie says, was there ever a time skating was a job more than a passion? Yeah, I kind of went into that already, but definitely. Or Yeah, let me elaborate on that. For sure, there was times where like I was getting paid to skateboard, and I felt pressure by companies and by people to work. I pressured myself to work too hard too, but like there was times where I felt like work, like I had to go on a trip and like I didn't even want to step on my board, but like we needed this or that or whatever, and like it felt contrived almost, you know. But and at that time it did feel like work, you know. But whenever that happened, I would just kind of say fuck it and go do whatever. Like I don't care what happens. I gotta get away and just like skate by myself. Like I was saying earlier, I was like I love skating with people more so nowadays. But back in the day, I'd like to skate by myself sometimes, you know, because I wasn't able to like control my emotions and like I just like needed skateboarding to myself for a while so I could like get my thoughts together, you know. And then when I meet people, and it's just like so that I used to be more antisocial, but that all kind of went away now. I feel like as I got healthier and got more secure and comfortable, and because I grew up in a crazy situation, like my family background, I've gone into it before, I'm sure you guys know, but like definitely had a lot of issues, and skateboarding helped me work through those to the point where I could be more social and like, and it's to the point now where it's amazing. Like I know so many people, and it doesn't bother me at all. It's amazing whenever I see people and they connect to me and talk to me. It's like so sick. And then those days that if I do have those days, and they come few and far between, where I'm just kind of off, you know, I'm better at expressing to people that like, hey, I'm just having an off day. Like I'm just gonna, you know, hey, what's up? But I just need my own time. You know, like I used to not be as good at that. But yeah, there's been times when it felt like work, but it's all right. It makes you have good discipline. I like to work, not all the time, but I like to work on things I love. Scott Listenfeld. These are from Facebook, by the way. These questions, these last three. Scott Listenfeld asks, who's your all-time favorite skater, vert / street? Street skater, I'm gonna say Aaron Susky is my favorite skater, hands down. Aaron Susky is my favorite street skater. Original, no one has a style like him. Just watch his video parts. The dude loves skateboarding. He never did it for any other reason than the fact that he loves skateboarding, and it shows. He's been very true to himself as far as a skateboarder. His essence, he's like Susky. Like, you just watch the video parts. Like, ask anybody about Aaron Susky. Dude's a legend, and my favorite skater. There's some love for you, Susk. Vert skater. Ooh, that's a good question. Vert skater. Because vert has kind of evolved. It's like the game's different nowadays. Vert used to be just a half pipe back and forth, right? So let's go through that. Like, I don't know what generation that was, 2000 something. Favorite vert skater would be Mike Frazier. Mike Frazier is unbelievable on a skateboard, and he's a legendary dude too. Like from what I hear, I'd like to meet Mike Frazier, or I know Mike Frazier, but I'd like to sit down and record a podcast with Mike Frazier. If you guys know him or look at his Instagram, put the word in. Say, yo, you should go on the Shetler show, because that would help out. And Mike's the man. I think me and Mike gambled together before. I might be mistaken, but I feel like we gambled at skate park at Tampa before. But yeah, Mike Frazier. Vert nowadays is like crazy because people are skating these concrete parks. Like skate parks have evolved into like insaneness, you know, to the point where the Olympics are like, let's do this. I wonder if they're gonna have like a mega ramp or something in the Olympics. Someone look into that. Another favorite vert skater, Bob Burnquist. Unbelievable, unbelievable skateboarder. Google him, YouTube that guy. Did shit no one has ever done on a skateboard. It's insane. From Brazil. All right, last question. We've made it, people. We've made it. These are some solid questions. There's a few repeats. That's my fault because I printed them out and put them on a piece of paper, as you can see on the YouTube. I should have kind of went through them once more, but I didn't realize. I mean, they kind of helped me get it all out, so I appreciate the doubles. Last question. Joey Elson says, what's with the whole Fashion Novas in the shred? Looking like my old grandpa's. Nice. Doing trendy tricks. Remember when skateboarding was ultra pure? We're going back to this again, but that's fine with me. Skateboarding to me is still ultra pure. To me, I feel, because like when you're so submersed in skateboarding, all that shit like kind of fades away. I see it. It is like I talked about it earlier, being like the trending thing where everyone's doing the same shit. It's weird. It's definitely weird, and it is like too much at times. But at the same time, I only give it like a second of thought because I'm like, these people are doing hopefully what they want with the skateboard. And if they all want to do that, fine. You know, it's whatever you want to do. But to me, the skating that resonates and connects with me is when it's someone doing skateboarding. When someone's skateboarding, you can tell it's their own version of it. Because you can tell they've put their heart and soul and personality into it. And when you do that and you don't fake it and you're not just trending or following a trend or trying to one-up the last thing or like trying it for numbers or clicks or virals or attention or whatever, but when you just skateboard for the sake of skateboarding because you need it or love it, it's like an expression, it's an outlet, it's whatever, like that produces something original because each person has their own little spark or own little light, and you can kind of, it's like a piece of wooden wheels and you're not connected, so you can interpret it, you can take it, and you can put your own style and spin on it and choose and pick and preference and all that stuff, and you can curate something that's your own fucking feeling and expression and put it out into the world and share it. And that's what I feel like video parts are. Like, yeah. But all that trending stuff, like, it's funny. Especially when you see everyone dressing up the same, like you see the cuffs and like when it just goes the same, it's just like too obvious, you know? But it's even the opposite of that sucks when it's too weird and there's no like, sometimes it goes the opposite where everyone's just getting super weird and crazy, you know? And like, it's just because we're lucky, we're in the internet age where you can see everything, you know? But my best advice or thing or whatever is just to say like, figure out what stokes you out and then try to have your own little twist, your own little heartbeat involved with your skating. That way it's your own and it's not just a clone, you know? When I was younger, I definitely like copied people, like their style a little bit. I took like bits and pieces from people because like you definitely get influenced when you're younger because it's so new and there's people that have been doing it for so long and you can tell that they like have their own thing and you're like, oh, I just like that's so cool to me, and then you like embody it a little bit, you know? But you can't just latch on to one person and copy their style. I mean, you can, people do it all the time, but it's skateboarding is yours, you know? It's like yours as much as mine, so like you have an impact on it, you add to it, you know? You contribute to it in your own way. That way we can create shit together, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You guys probably all know this. But, yeah, that's it for today, man. I'm psyched I got another Q&A done. You guys come through with the questions solid, like, each time. This is a lot of questions, so. And I'm happy we got to cover some ground, so. I'm going to go work on getting some of those guests on that I was telling you about early. I'm going to get some emails going, so we'll see. And we'll have more podcasts coming, too, soon enough. New vlog going up right now. I think there might be one up on youtube.com/allineedskate. If you want to check out anything I was talking about pertaining to All I Need, just our website is allineedskate.com, and that's where all the vlogs, all the podcasts, all the product. We have our online skate shop. That's the hub. That's where you go if you want to check it all out. Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you for sharing the podcast and for sharing the videos and interacting and commenting and, you know, supporting All I Need and purchasing the stuff. Like all you guys out there that cop something, thank you. I'm usually shipping the boxes, so if you put a note in, if you go to the online store and you cop something like one of our hats or t-shirts or any of that stuff, Shetler Show mugs, just put a customer note. Yeah, listen to the show. Thank you. I'll hook it up with so much stickers and